Hi, Mr. Unkert here, and in this video we're going to look at linking to other websites, linking to other pages, and linking to other parts of a page within your website, along with linking to an email and maybe linking to another part of a different page. Okay, so let's start off with a link to a different website. So let's start with a paragraph and say I want to link to Google. Okay, I'm going to save that. I'm going to bring up my page. It just says I want to link to Google. There's nothing to click on. It's not going. Dang it. It's not going to Google. All right. So I have to create an anchor tag. So I'm going to cut that out, and I'm going to type less than an A, then a space, an href, then two quotes equals two quotes. Within the quotes, I'm going to type where I want to link it. So https google.com. Then with the greater than symbol, I'm going to close the opening tag, or I'm going to finish the opening tag rather. And then, again, Notepad++ gives me the closing tag, this with the \A. In between the opening and closing tag, I'll type the text that I want to show for the link. So I would type Google. Okay. Maybe put a period right after that, not within the link. And then I'm going to hit Control and save. And then I'll refresh. And you'll see that it comes up as purple and underlined. Now, I've been to Google, so that's why it's purple. If I haven't been to the site, then it will be blue and underlined. Okay. I'm going to click, and it's going to go to Google. Awesome, right? Now let's say I wanted to go to Google on my page, but I didn't want to go in the same tab. I wanted to go to a different tab. Well, after this quote, still in the opening part of the tag, I can hit a space and type target, and then equals, then two quotes. Within the quotes, I type underscore blank, just like that. I'm going to hit Control and save, and I'm going to refresh. And now, when I click on this, Google will open in a different tab. Now, this is sometimes an advantage. You want to provide a link to another website as, say, a source for something, but you don't want people to navigate away from your own page. You'd use that target equals underscore blank within the opening part of the anchor tag. Okay, now let's say I wanted to link to a page on my website that wasn't the home page. So I want to link to, let's do another anchor tag, and let's go to the about page. So I could use a relative URL, just type about.html. I could also do, the HTTPS and then whatever site it was. So basicsite.com and then \about.html. The thing is, I don't own basicsite.com or whatever, that domain name, and I'm doing this on my desktop. So I'm just going to use the relative URL, and the relative URL will actually work on the web server as well. Okay, so I'm going to hit Control and save, and we're going to refresh. And one thing I forgot to do is close out the tag. Finish the opening tag, close out the tag, and write probably about page, right? You want to link to the about page. So I'm going to hit Control and save. And we're going to see I did create an about page earlier in a previous take on this video, but we'll see when I click on this, file not found. So you have to create the file, right? So I'm going to go to my text editor and create a new file. And I'm going to save that file as about.html. Okay, and then I type something like, this is the, in a paragraph, this is the about page. Obviously, I want to have the declarations and everything like the index page with the doc type, the HTML, and all the structure. But just for a demonstration, I'm going to show you how it works. Okay, so I'm going to refresh here, click on the about page. This is the about page. Okay, so I'm going to click back to go to the home page because I don't have any links on the about page yet. Likewise, I could type something like, let's go back to the, and then anchor tag index.html. Let's go back to the home page. Okay. And refresh. Come here. Let's go back to the home page. Oh, okay, I can go back to the home page. Cool. So I can link between pages on my site. So that's a really cool thing to have. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at my notebook and see what else I want to cover in this video. Make sure I get everything. Linking to parts on the same page. Okay, so let's say we had a long page, right? And we want to go from the top of the page, have a link to go to a point lower down on the page. So let's create kind of a long page here on this index page. And I'm going to do that with some dummy text. To find this, you can just Google lorem ipsum, and then you got this page, lipsum.com. And I can copy some text here and just paste it. And let's do a bunch of those. Okay, so I'm just copying and pasting here. All right, I saved that. Now let's refresh. Whoa, we've got a long page with a bunch of like these paragraphs here. So I don't want to have to scroll down. I want to have a link where I can just go down to a certain part. So at that part of the page, within the tag, I would create an ID, and let's just call this lower. And I could say this is the lower part of the page, and then something like maybe a new paragraph. Only cool people go here. Okay, and maybe we'll do a break between this just so you can kind of see. So I'll do a horizontal rule. Okay. So now I could scroll down and see that, or I could use something that could bring me down here. Okay. So up here, let's say at the top, let's go link to the, I'll do an anchor tag, and I'm going to do a hashtag and then lower. So hashtag and then whatever the idea is, lower part of the page. Okay, so let's refresh. I will link to the lower part of the page. So I'm going to click here, and it's going to bring me down. See, the page only stops here. So it brings me down to that lower part. Let's just illustrate how it works. Let me just copy this a bunch of times. Okay. Okay. Save. And you can see all that. Now refresh, and you see it brings you down to that lower part. When I click on this, it brings me down to that lower part of the page. Okay, and maybe up here, we give this an ID of upper. Right. Okay. Control save, go back down here, and then way at the bottom, I could say I want to link to do an anchor tag. We're going to do the hashtag upper. Close the tag, so close the opening part. And then between the opening and closing, just type upper part of the page. Okay. All right, so we'll refresh. I want to link to the upper part of the page. So look at that. Oh, I want to go to the lower. Nope, I want to go to the upper. Okay, so I can move between parts of the page. Okay. Another link that you can create is to using relative URLs to a different part of the directory. So let's create another file. And we'll save this as, and we're going to create a new folder. And we're going to call this directory A, or directory 1. And then we'll call this new file, we'll call it page 2.html. Okay, and I could say this is page 2 in directory 1. Okay, All right, so let's say I want to link to page 2. This is how I would do it. I want to link to, I'm going to do an anchor tag, href. I'm going to do that directory, so directory 1 / page 2.html. Okay, and then I can type page 2 within here. Okay, so let's refresh. I want to link to page 2. This is page 2 in directory 1. Okay, so now page 2 is, it's in a folder within my overall website. So if I was on page 2 and I wanted to link back to the home page, I could try it the normal way. I want to link to the href equals index.html. I want to link to the home page. I'm going to show you this is not going to work. So hit Control and save. So refresh this. It goes, oh, file not found. All right, because it's looking for the index.html in this directory 1. Okay, so we have to move it out of there, and we have to go up to the next folder. So to do that, I'm going to do a dot and a slash, hit Control save, refresh, and then this will bring me back to the home page. Okay, so that's linking between sites and going between folders in your site. If I was, let's say, another folder in, I'd do another dot slash like that. Okay. All right. You can also link to an email. Okay. So let's say I want to mail, and then I would do href equals, and then within the quotes, I'm going to do mail to : and then the email address. So let's say some email at gmail.com. Going to finish the opening tag, and then within the opening and closing tag, I'll type some email at gmail.com. Hit Control and save. Okay, so I want to mail some email at gmail.com. If I click on this, it's going to bring up your mail app for your computer, and you can send an email to this person. Okay. Also, we can link to a specific part of a page. So let's say instead of just the index part here, I wanted to link to the lower part. So I could do the hashtag and then lower, and that's going to bring me to the lower part of the index page. So I want to link to the lower part of the home page. Okay, so let's go to page 2, and see here I want to link to the lower part of the page. And what did we do wrong? We did something wrong. Let's see. To the index. That should work. Let's check. Let's just try it. Okay. That goes back to here. And then check lower. That should work. Try that again. So hashtag lower. Control save. Go to page 2. It's not working. I know what I did. Don't need the slash. Sorry. Okay, so we're good. Control and save. We'll go to page 2. This will work this time. Okay, so now we refresh. I want to link to the lower part of the page, and it'll bring me to the lower part of the page. Yeah, so don't include the slash. My bad. Yeah, because that would be some other page. Okay. If you have questions, leave comments in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and Have a great day.